Okay, let's jump right into this explainer and look at a dish so timeless it was literally on the menu in ancient Rome. For over 2,000 years, Italians have been pairing pasta and beans to create what is arguably one of the world's greatest comfort foods. Today, we're diving into pasta e fagioli, Italy's ultimate comfort bowl, and honestly, one of the country's oldest surviving recipes. I mean, just imagine eating a recipe that's been comforting families for over 2 millennia. Enjoyed all the way back since the days of the Roman Empire, it's literally over 2,000 years of history in a single bowl. It's a meal that has absolutely stood the ultimate test of time, passing down through countless generations. And what's really fascinating here is the crazy contrast between the longevity of this dish and the absolute simplicity of what goes into it. Think about it. No expensive ingredients, no complicated techniques, just pasta, beans, vegetables, and a little bit of patience. Sure, every family has its own spin on it, but it's always simple, hearty, and designed to bring people together around the table. So, tracing this back, the story really starts in ancient times. Legumes, like beans, became a massive staple because, well, they were affordable, filling, and super easy to store. Then, as we move into the Middle Ages, pasta becomes a lot more common, and families started combining the two to create a complete, nourishing meal. Fast forward to the modern era, and you start seeing distinct regional variations developing all across Italy. And you can definitely still see those regional differences today. Up in northern Italy, the dish is usually thicker and richer, prepared almost like a really hearty stew. Meanwhile, down in central and southern Italy, you'll find thinner variations featuring crushed tomatoes, fresh herbs, or maybe some pancetta. But no matter where you go, the heart of the dish stays exactly the same. To really understand this, we have to talk about cucina povera. This is Italy's tradition of creating incredible, unforgettable food from the most humble, affordable ingredients possible. It's basically the philosophy that you don't need a massive budget to create a culinary masterpiece. It's a tradition that's still alive and well in homes and family trattorias everywhere. All right, let's get into the classic recipe, which perfectly serves 6 people. There are absolutely no fancy, expensive items required here. You just need 250 grams of small pasta, like ditalini, 400 grams of cooked cannellini beans, an onion, a couple of carrots, 2 celery stalks, and 3 garlic cloves. Add in 400 grams of crushed tomatoes, a liter of veg or chicken stock, some olive oil, fresh rosemary and thyme, salt, pepper, and of course, plenty of grated Parmesan. We're going to break this down into 5 incredibly easy steps that literally anyone can follow. We'll build the flavor base, add the beans, add the tomatoes and stock, cook the pasta, and then finish it all off. Starting with step 1, building the flavor base. You'll want to slowly heat your olive oil in a large pot. Toss in your onion, carrots, and celery, and cook them down for about 8 minutes. Once they're softening up, go ahead and add your garlic and fresh herbs. Just give it another minute until it smells absolutely amazing. Moving right along to step 2, adding the beans. Now, this is honestly my absolute favorite trick. You stir in the cannellini beans, but then you lightly mash about 1/3 of them right there in the pot. It naturally thickens the soup, creating this incredibly rich, creamy texture without ever needing a drop of heavy cream. For step 3, we add the tomatoes and stock. Just pour in your crushed tomatoes and that liter of stock, bring the whole pot up to a gentle simmer, and let it do its thing for 20 to 25 minutes. This gives all those gorgeous, fresh herbs and vegetables plenty of time to meld together into a really rich, savory broth. Now for step 4, cooking the pasta. And the real beauty of this recipe is that the pasta goes directly into the pot. You just cook it right in that simmering broth until it's al dente. Just remember to give it a stir every now and then so nothing sticks to the bottom as it absorbs all that flavor. And finally, step 5, the finish line. Taste the soup, adjust your salt and pepper, and when you ladle it into bowls, top it all off with freshly grated Parmesan, a nice generous drizzle of extra virgin olive oil, and a bit more black pepper. It's truly that easy. Before you run off to the kitchen, let's quickly cover 4 common mistakes you'll want to avoid. First up, whatever you do, don't overcook the pasta. Keep it al dente to hold that texture. Second, do not skip mashing those beans. That is the secret to natural creaminess. Third, watch your broth levels. You want this hearty, not watery. And finally, don't forget the fresh herbs. Always use fresh rosemary and thyme for that truly authentic Italian flavor. When you get all of that right, the payoff is amazing. That first spoonful is just incredibly rich and comforting. The creamy beans coat the pasta perfectly, the tomatoes add this really gentle sweetness, and the fresh herbs hit you with this wonderful warmth and aroma. It is simple, satisfying, and completely unforgettable. It's a meal that brings back a flood of memories of family dinners and Sunday lunches for so many Italians. Honestly, it just proves that sometimes the absolute simplest recipes really do become the most unforgettable parts of our culinary history. So, now I want to hear from you. Which comfort food could you happily eat every single week? Is it A, pasta e fagioli, B, soup, C, pizza, or D, pasta? Let us know your ultimate comfort food in the comments below. And hey, if you enjoyed this explainer, make sure to like, subscribe, and join us as we keep exploring authentic dishes from all over. Keep exploring, keep cooking, and keep tasting the world.